Hi everyone, welcome back to Trails and Tastes of the Southwest. Today we're going to the Las Cruces Pecan Festival in Las Cruces, New Mexico. This year's festival is just the second annual pecan festival, but there's still plenty of excitement and things to try. After Albuquerque, Las Cruces is the second largest city in New Mexico. It's larger than the state capital of Santa Fe. The city of Las Cruces is located in Doña Ana County, which is the largest pecan-producing county in the entire United States. The festival takes place in Young Park, which is located just off I-25 and only a couple miles from New Mexico State University. It's about a 45-minute drive from El Paso to Las Cruces, so once again, we got to drive along the section of I-10 that follows the historic Camino Real. As we got closer to Las Cruces, we can see pecan trees growing on the sides of the interstate. Taking one of the state highways would have brought us much closer to the pecan orchards, but that's a trip for another day. Well, we finally arrived at the fair. After passing through the entrance and getting stamps on our hands, we were given maps at the information booth. There were more than 70 vendors and sponsors who came together to make this festival happen. And proceeds from the festival were being donated to We Warriors, a project to help medically fragile newborns. Our first look revealed a beautiful park. Even though there were probably several hundred people in the park, it didn't seem crowded at all because of how spread out everything was. True to its name, the first vendor we visited was selling pecans, both in the shell and flavored. Some had even been smoked, with, you guessed it, pecan wood. As we visited with the vendors, we learned that every vendor at this fair had to have at least one item that was pecan themed. There were several vendors selling only pecans. There were chilies and salsas, there was even a vendor that sold beef jerky and vegan pineapple jerky. At this point, I noticed something that's not very common here in the Southwest, in the pond behind the vendors. Are those ducks? Yep, those are ducks. There's even multiple kinds of ducks here. These guys are awesome! Wait a minute, the Duck Festival is in Deming. Let's get back to the pecans. There were several vendors that also sold accessories, like hats, purses, and jewelry. Clothing was fairly common too. And there were at least a couple bakeries here as well. Check out this really cool traditional Mexican clothing for dogs. There was a booth that specialized in French macarons and jewelers that worked with turquoise and silver. Salsas Mi Alma was handing out free samples of their delicious salsas, and there was a booth that specialized in freeze-dried candies as well. There was a booth to get information about insurance, and one for the Quilting Guild. The city of Las Cruces also had a booth with information about various reasons to visit. The veterans of foreign wars of New Mexico were present as well, along with a couple solar panel companies, which makes sense considering how much sunshine the desert Southwest gets. There was even some farm equipment that you could get information about. Next to these vehicles is where I spotted this tree. which looks a little bit out of place in the desert Southwest. Do you know what kind it is? Leave an answer in the comments. This booth sold organic herbal teas, including a pecan one. Looking at some of the jewelry, as well as logos on some of the clothing, it's pretty common to see the Zia. It's a symbol that comes to us from the Native Americans who lived in the area, and represents both the sun and life. And since we're at the Pecan Festival, check out this cool pecan pie pendant. By this time, we were starting to get a little hungry, so it was time to check out the food options. The first places we saw sold agua frescas and Mexican food, including gorditas and enchiladas. A little further down, you could get lemonade, kettle corn, and barbecue. There was a taco truck, a drink stand, and a place you could get a green chili cheeseburger. And add pecans? I thought about getting one of these shaved ice drinks, but first, I had to go back and try the pecan burger. Yep, those are pecans in the burger. The flavor is actually quite nice, and the texture isn't as weird as it sounds. After eating, it was time to sit down and watch some of the entertainment. First, there was a band playing on stage. A short while later, the folklorico dancers came out, with beautifully colored dresses. It's clear that the Las Cruces Pecan Festival is absolutely nuts. I hope you've enjoyed coming along with us on this episode. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss anything. See you next time here on Trails and Tastes of the Southwest.